Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Moxie Ferniep, and this is my team builder and battle for Week 3 of Season 4 of the Major Pokemon Leagues. This week I'm going up against Robb, and it's all Tauros, so this should be a fun game for sure. But as you can probably see, I am tired, so I'm not going to make either of these portions too long, but I'm gonna talk about my team somewhat briefly, but I'll go over it. So I'll just go over Rob's team. I'll probably have a screenshot of both my team and his team on screen, like I usually do now. I guess that's the thing. But Rob's team I'll just read off. So he's got a CR team. He's got some threats. But he's got Tapu Bulu, Thundurus, T, Terrakion, Arcanine, Fortress, Melodic, Swellow, Sneasel, Dragology, Claydol, and Snorlax. So this is a tough game because I feel like either of us could bring really any of our Pokemon, which makes this a pretty tricky matchup for sure. It might just come down to really which mons and which threats we both bring. And like, let's say I bring threats A, B, and C, and he has threats like D, E, and F that he could bring to stop it, but he only brings D and E, and then because of that, my threats can beat his team, and then I can win. Now, I mean, that's not exactly how it's going to go down, but just like we both have a certain number of threats and then a certain number of stuff that can kind of stop those threats. But we can only bring so many. You know, we can only bring six of our mons. So it was really tricky to build this game, just because I would like to bring all my mons, honestly, because they all have some value versus team. Like, I kind of had some set either like physically planned out or just kind of in my head, just like a brief thought of some kind of set I could bring. So it was tough, but I'm just gonna go over my team. First up, we got Crawdaunt, Choke Berry, Sludge Wave, Knockoff, Aqua Jet, D-Dance. So we have Sludge Wave. Sounds weird. It's a special move on a Crawdaunt, but he has the Tapu Bulu. So poison coverage for that Grass Fairy makes sense. Chople Berry seems kind of weird. I'll go over that a little more, I guess, later when you can see my team a little better. Or like I have some mons that kind of help this Chople Berry make sense, I guess. So enough speeds to outspeed max speed Jolly Bulu if I'm at +1. I think it'll be adamant anyways, but just in case, I want to be able to outspeed that thing, I can outspeed with a Dragon Nest. So everything else, I don't really need outspeed, because I can hit with, yeah, because everything else I can hit pretty hard. It's Knockoff Aqua Jet's pretty nice stab. It hits pretty much everything on his team. The only thing I want to carry is the Crab Hammer for the Doggo. I maybe want to carry that, but I feel like Aqua Jet is still fine, and I have mons I can beat that Fire Doggo well enough. But yeah, the Chople Berry is kind of meant for the Fire Doggo, aka Arcanine. Also for the Terrakion, there's another fighting coverage like Sneasel allows me to set up on that, so that's really nice. But the plan is, if I can weaken down his team, Chronic can hopefully set up and then sweep. So that's the plan. So next we got our Stunfisk. We have an Assault Vest Stunfisk again from week 1. I don't want rocks in this. I have them on my Mew. See that later. I felt like Mew's just a better rocker, because anytime this thing comes in, he's probably gonna switch in to the Tapu Bulu. So my plan is probably click Sludge Bomb, most likely, because I can Sludge Bomb on the switch in, and then either Oko him or just do a lot. I think my special attack investment was so I can Oko like max HP Bulu after rocks. Maybe it was like Oko like no HP Bulu after rocks or something. I can do a good chunk and possibly Oko or just really weaken down the Bulu. So that's nice. And we just got some coverage, Earth Power, just nice stab, hit some stuff like Arcanine and Terrakion, HP Ice. Just a nice middle ground play for like Thundurus and stuff, even though I do Stone Edge, which hits Thundurus a little harder. Stone Edge, I think with my attack, Stone Edge 2KOs Thundurus, that's really nice. HP Ice still does a good chunk too, so if it's weakening down to where two of those will kill anyways, I can just go for that. HP Ice, I don't really need anything else in that last slot, because I can't carry rocks or toxics on EV, and I feel like it was nice to carry that bulk. This thing is a nice switch in and check to Thundurus, and that's just what it's meant to do, because Thundurus is a big threat. I think the Thundurus that her bring is probably like T-Bolt, Nasty Plot, possibly Sludge Wave, and then probably Empower Ice. Maybe he'll carry Volt Switch, maybe he'll carry, I feel like Sludge Wave's possible. Maybe Sub, maybe Sludge Wave, something like that, but yeah, the superior set than the rest in Spadef, and just max HP, so that's cool. You got our Jakester here, the sneaky Jakester being superior, so Leaf Storm Synthesis, Reflect, and Taunt. Reflect seems kind of weird, but meant for Crawdaunt, really. Especially if I'm in a situation where I slack this thing off to the Fire Doggo, and I can bring in Crawdaunt, set up, and I can hopefully sweep. That's the plan. So this thing can actually beat the Fire Doggo 1v1 if he's like I think max defense, I can beat it 1v1 if he's carrying the Flare Blitz and not Flamethrower or anything. If he carries if he carries the Flare Blitz or just anything to hit me on the fire on the physical side, which I think he will. A good Flamethrower, but I think he'll opt for the Flare Blitz, so we'll see how that goes. But then he cannot 2-kill me if I do have my screen up. Leaf Storm, I feel like just all I need. Just in terms of just stab, I hit most things on his team. Even stuff like Swallow doesn't take it too well, like Thunder doesn't take it too well. So I feel like it's alright to have Leaf Storm and just Leaf Storm lefties just help me get back health decently. This thing is a decent switch into the Bulu. Not a great switch in because he does get, I think, Mega Horn, so that's scary. If he's banded, I don't think he Okos me, does he? Actually, no. No, he does Oko me. So if he goes Mega Horn on the switch in, that's scary, but that's only if he's banded, then that'll Oko me. If he's not banded, it won't Oko me. Then I can, I guess, switch in Talonflame or, yeah, probably Talonflame, I guess. I don't know. But max speed, or almost max speed outspeed track down there, so that's the plan. Or is it, okay. Is it, yeah, that's for track down. Okay, so next we got our Sylveon here, pretty much just physically defensive, bit of speed, in case anything wants to create me like his, like a Fortress or Trigology or something. Yeah, just a bit of speed, just in case. I not much, but just in case, just got Stab, Wish Protect, and Toxic. Toxic hits, Melodic hits Arcanine, allows me just to chip them down and beat them 1v1 with either this or with Mew, which you guys will see that set in just a second. Since my main switch into Terrakion, which does not, I think, yeah, no, it does, the Stunfisk doesn't do kill me, unless if he's like banded or like the Rocky MZ, then I think a Z Stone Edge plus a normal Stone Edge will kill me, but still I can then bring in Superiors and I can check it and hopefully deal with it. This thing can also probably beat Snorlax. Well, actually, no, I have Toxic now. I don't know. I can't really beat Rest Talk Snorlax, so that's scary. I can only beat Snorlax with my Superior, though. Originally, I was really scared of Snorlax, and I kind of thought about it, and I made some adjustments to my team. I feel like Superior can deal with Snorlax decently well. This thing just Toxic. It can hopefully weaken down the Arcanine, which just allows Crawdon to hopefully come in the game and just sweep. That's really the plan with this team. So, next we got a Mew, we got Roost, Willow, Psychic, and Stealth Rocks. This thing's just called Basic, because that's basic. I was talking to my man, Rizzy originally, I had a little bit different of a Mew. I think I had, like, Reflect, Stealth Rock, Psychic, and Flamethrower. That was my original set, and I liked it, but Riz wanted me to carry this kind of basic-ish set with the other, yeah, like, he wanted me to carry this kind of set, that way I can definitely beat the Fire Doggo 1v1, which I can. Even if he does carry the Toxic, which I think he will, then he'll also get Toxic from it because it's synchronized, so that's cool. So I felt like it's okay that I don't have Toxic on this, and I have the Willow instead, because that allows me to poison potentially, or burn potentially Bulu on the switch-in, or something like that. I don't know, in hindsight, I kind of like, I don't know, Willow wasn't great. I don't know. Willow can be helpful for something, especially like Sneasel if he wants to switch into that, or just like anything he wants to switch into. It's kind of helpful, but I feel like in general, Flamethrower might be a little better, but Riz really wanted me to carry Willow, so I was like, okay, fine. Originally Flamethrower helps me pressure Fortress, which is really nice because I think keeping rocks up on each side of the field are huge because that allows me to weaken Thundurus, weaken Arcanine, which helps Groudon, and carrying, yeah, I don't know, I feel like carrying the Flamethrower to hit Fortress would have been worth it because just pressuring his spinner might have been worth it, but hindsight's 2020 and this is after the game, so, you guys will see the game. So, let's go to my Talonflame set here. I was just going to say Talon, and I was like, I'll add the Flame. I don't know, but we got Chardy here, take a rock hit, takes any super effective rock move, that's what Chardy does. We got Braviary, Bulk Up, Flame Charge, and Roost. I thought it said Flare Blitz for a second. I'm tired. So we're pretty bulky. We don't have any speed, which is kind of weird. He'll probably think I have speed till he either sees I don't, or can calc enough stuff to see my full spread. But this HP and defense allows me to live a Rock Slide from Banded Bulu. If he carries Stone Edge, well, shucks, but I don't think he will, because Rock Coverage is pretty much useless for my team, barring Talonflame. So I think he'll just want to carry the Rock Slide, because pretty much any variant of Talonflame he kills, except for this. So I feel like he doesn't need the extra power of Stone Edge. I think Rock Slide is fine. That's at least what I think. If he's Banded Stone Edge, well, yikes. But it is what it is. I guess I lost that 50-50 then. But Brave Bird allows me to hit most things on his team. His Flying Resist is Thundurus, and I believe that's it. Yeah, that's it. So, that's nice. Flame Charge allows him to get some speed up. If he's Scarf Thunderous, that's a little scary because that +1 I want to speed him. But if I can get some chip damage with rocks and then Flame Charge, get it up at some point. Sink can set up on Fortress, most likely set up on Arcanine if he's not carry Toxic, which I don't know if he will. I'll have to scout. Sing could potentially either just kind of be a wall breaker, not really wall breaker, but it can kind of just help me chip down some stuff, or potentially even win itself. It could be a win con. It's not really like designed to be with the team necessarily, but it could be just if the situations play out correctly. But we'll see how that goes. Anyways, so we got this team here. We got cool mons. But let's just hop into the battle. Alright, so my dudes, we're back with the battle as you can see here. Quickly, thank you to Rogue for joining, thank you to Lynx for recording my side of the battle. So thank you to those guys. The links will be down below, like the links to the channels of Lynx and Rogue will be down below. Both cool guys, both are consistent and reliable and awesome, so they're both cool guys. So, my team, which you should know from the team builder portion, we got Mew, Crawdon, Stunfisk, the Legend, Sylveon, Talonflame, and Serperior, while Robb brings kind of what I expect. He brings Arcanine, Terrakion, Dragalge, right? I always want to say Dragalge. No, but it's Dragalge. Then Thundurus, T, Fortress, and Tapu Bulu. So, brings kind of what I expect. No Sneasel and no Swellow, which is nice. Swellow was a mon that, like, at first I didn't think was such a big threat, and, like, I realized, I think after Riz mocked me, I realized how big of a threat it is, and I kind of wanted to change my team and add, like, Diglett or, like, Bronzong or something to deal with it a little better, but I feel like that kind of changed the whole structure of the team a bit, and I don't know, I just didn't like that, so my plan was kind of, hope he didn't bring Swellow. I can hopefully play around it decently enough, but Swellow was just honestly a big threat, and I was hoping he didn't bring it, and, well, I have the best check in the game to Swellow by hoping he didn't bring it, because he didn't bring it, so, awesome. He does bring some other threats. He brought Arcanine. I expected that. Really, the big three I expected Arcanine, Thundurus, and, the big three, Bulu, Thundurus, and Terrakion. I expected those three, then the Fire Doggo. Arcanine brought Fortress, makes sense. He also brought, the Dragalge. Yeah, I always want to say it wrong, but it's Dragalge. I didn't totally expect that, but, like, anything on his team really could make sense, so I can't really say I'm shocked. But, it does have some value versus me. For sure, so I see the value in that. So my plan was lead Mew, I think? I also forget. I think I led Mew, because I want to get rocks. I can really have a decent matchup versus pretty much everything on his team, honestly. I mean, yeah, nothing really pressures me too much with the lead Mew, so that's cool. I do just lead Mew, and I can set up my rocks, which is pretty cute, as he leads his Fire Doggo, the Arcanine, so that's cool. So I can scout his set. This thing's meant to deal with the Fire Doggo, which I keep calling it because it's a great way to I guess call Arcanine. It's a great way to just be talking about Arcanine because it is a Fire Doggo. So we set up rocks as he Flare Blitzes me. So this allows me to scout his set. So he goes for Flare Blitz, as I said, does a little bit, but looks like he has no attack, so that is a defensive Arcanine. So good to note. So I have the leftovers here, as you see, and then he finds that out, and then I find out he's leftovers too, so that's fun, and I have rocks up, so that's cool. So he could spin with Fortress, like later in the game. He doesn't have Fortress out right now, of course, but I just go for Psychic, just gonna get off some chip damage, just scout his set, just see, how bulky he is. Looks like he's physically defensive from that, though, so good to note. He goes for Flare Blitz, does another chunk, gets a burn. I was kind of alright with that, because then that means he cannot go for the Toxic. Synchronize more because it's a fire type, I would rather have him burn than Toxic, because keeping me alive is really important, so I'm not too devastated by that. It kind of sucks because then that'll cancel out my leftovers, but that's not a big deal just because I don't want to get poisoned from Toxic, so I'll take that. I'll take it, especially because I'm a special attacker too, so being burned doesn't really, doesn't make me hit any less harder. So I just Rooster just to stay healthy, as he also heals, so twinsies, that's cute. I'm still tired, you can probably see. I got off work, and I have work tomorrow morning, and I'm tired and sad. But Mew's just sitting here being basic, as you see, as you do. I think I will Wisp here, because I'm like, you're not staying in. We're both just kind of scouting, just scouting the sets here, kind of testing the waters. But I go for Willow, because I'm like, you're going to switch out, toss him into Fortress, I can get off some chip damage, and that's pretty cool. I do go for Willow, and you brought in Fortress, I'm like, hey, let's go. I made a prediction. Good job, Blake. So, okay, I think the the battle froze for a second. Anyway, so I get back my lefties, as I think he does too. Yeah, so we both have lefties and we're both burned. So like again, twinsies. I think I switch and do Talonflame here because I'm like, well, fire type can pressure the fortress. You don't appreciate fire moves, especially because we know that you're not Akaberry because we saw lefties. So I can bring in Talonflame here and start applying some pressure. Lure in Arcanine and hopefully weaken that thing down a bit. I can maybe lure in Thunderous, weaken that thing down maybe if he decides to switch that thing in on a Flare Blitz. Or on, I don't know, Flare Blitz, on a Brave Bird, I guess. I was hoping he'd be threatened out like immediately enough that he wouldn't want to spin here. I don't kill him anyways with the Flame Charge because it doesn't do like that much anyways. I don't think it even 2 KOs him just because it's only a Flame Charge and this thing's pretty bulky. And it does just spin. So yeah, I mean I thought like the last turn he'd either spin or rock. So I wanted to bring in Talonflame while rocks were not up because I do not have any way of getting rid of the hazards on my team. So it's kind of weird to say over Talonflame, but like Talonflame, it wasn't necessarily a win con with this team, not really, because Crawdaunt was, so I didn't deem it necessary to carry Defog on Mew. But yeah, I just bulk up the last turn, now Flame Charge. It almost kills, but he lives, which kind of sucks. And he can get off decent-ish damage with Volt Switch. Not a huge deal how much damage he gets off there, but I wish I killed. I don't know what the roll was. I don't know whose favor was in to kill, but however, he brings in Thunderous. Even at +1, I don't have speed if he's Scarfed, so I don't know if he's Scarfed or not, but I figure I have pretty safe switching in Stunfisk, and I can just scout a set, and I don't kill him either way with Brave Bird, so there's not a whole lot to gain when I can just go into Stunfisk and potentially just take literally nothing as he devolts, and I'm immune, so yeah, I take literally nothing. That's awesome. So here, I'm like, okay, you're not staying in. I'm going to click Sludge Bomb, and you go into Clarence, which is your Tapu Bulu. So I'm like, oh my god, yes, this worked. Sludge Bomb on Stunfisk worked. Can this kill? Can this do a lot? What is your set? Oh my god. So I go for Sludge Bomb, and bam, that does a lot. He lives on like 10 HP, or 10%, I don't know, 5%, 7, I don't know exactly what that is, but I do get a poison, which is kind of cool. It doesn't matter, because he still lives with the grassy terrain. So you know, it is what it is. He lives on like 1%. No big deal. So here I go into Superior, which I think could have been a bit of a misplay. I think I should have sacked off Talonflame instead, just because I feel like keeping Superior alive and healthy was actually really important. But you know, it is what it is. He does go for the Woodhammer, and we find out that's Bandit, and ow! As you're gonna die to the Woodhammer, so that'll be kill for Serp, so that's cool. Not a kill for Stunfisk. I wish it was, but, you know, alas, it's not. I'm going to get a fair amount of health back from Grassy Terrain and Lefties, so, yeah, that's not terrible. I'm like, almost at half health. I'm above a third. That's cool. He brings in Tristan, his Dragology, so, here I go into my Stunfisk just because he probably clicked Poison move here, like Sludge Wave, in which case I can take that pretty well, so, I was fearing and hoping you wouldn't go for Toxic Spikes, but you do just that, and I'm like, oh, yikes, okay. So, that's a little scary, but that means I'm probably going to have to switch less, because you're getting some hazards up, which is scary. But it means if I can just chip your team down, I really need to get rocks, so stuff can be chipped down and come on in and win. That is what I'm trying to do. So you do bring in Fortress as our Earth Power, and Stunfisk is going to get a kill. Stunfisk almost got a kill for Bulu earlier. Doesn't count as Stunfisk kill, which kind of sucks. But we get a kill there. So good job, Stunfisk. So he brings in Gerald, Terrakion, and apparently that's a check to Stunfisk. No. I stay in and click Earth Power because I don't want to switch out because I could live any hit from this thing barring a Banded Stone Edge or Banded Close Combat. Unless we got... Well, I could actually most likely live that, assuming that you're Jolly. I was a roll I can most likely live a Banded Close Combat, so that's cool. I'm assuming that you're Jolly just because you want to outspeed Lando and Mew and Tentacle, so I thought he'd be Jolly, not Adamant. Like, the roll was like 89 to like 101, and I was at full, so I would have most likely lived. He also could have killed me with the all-out pummeling, the Fighting Z move there. I think he could have killed me. I'm not sure if he was guaranteed to kill, or it was a roll. I forget exactly, but I didn't think he would have it, and if he did, I mean, he probably would have gone for there, but I think, if anything, he'd have the Rock Z move, just because I feel like that's better for more of my team overall. But it felt like it wasn't going to be that useful to switch out Stunfisk and then bring it back in later when it's going to be weakened and going to be poisoned, so that's why I just had Stunfisk stay in there. So I Earth Power got off a decent chunk, saw that Dragology is especially defensive, so good to note he's not specs or like really offensive or anything, so that's cool. I do go for the HP Ice here, just a nice middle ground play. If he stays in or switches into Thunders, it works out. So he's a little weakened there. Not in range of a Stone Edge to kill, so I believe I just go for HP Ice again, just because Stone Edge isn't going to kill anyways, so I don't need to risk a miss while HP Ice 2 KOs, so that's cool. Or even if it doesn't 2 KO, I can then Stone Edge on the following turn. So I do HP Ice switch in track on, which can chew that, but we get chipped, so if he sashed, then we break it. That's cool. He goes for Earthquake here, and I'm like, oh, yikes, I didn't. Well, I guess I mean, I probably knew that he got, but I just didn't really think about it. So we do live barely. We found out he's Bandit, so I forget exactly what the roll is. It was in my favor to live. I think it was like, if I recall correctly, like a 43% chance for him to kill, assuming it was Jelly, which I'm pretty sure he was. So it was in my favor. It was slightly in my favor, but still in my favor to kill, or to live, rather. I don't think I had a chance to kill the Earth Power there, so I don't really care there. I do just go to Mew here, because I can use Stunfisk as a sack later, and Mew can take the Bender Earthquake fairly well. Not amazingly, but we do take that decently. So I'm going to be right on half health. So here, I figure you can either Earthquake again and just sack off Tracheon, but I don't think that you will, because I could just heal up on you, and you can't really do a whole lot to pressure me. Barring a crit, which that kind of sucks. But I do just go for rocks here, because I figure I need to weaken your team down, chip them down with rocks. That's what I'm trying to do. So I do set up rocks, as you see. So here I'm thinking, okay, you could be Nasty, especially since you do leftovers. We see you're not Starved, so which we saw earlier from Stunfisk getting this thing. So I do just go for Psychic here, just to get off some chip damage, and just hopefully put this thing in range of Fraudon. As it takes it there, my Sprite, which is pretty cool. So it does go for the Nasty Plot there. So I'm like, okay, cool. We know he's Nasty Plot. I think a Dark Pulse killed him with that range anyways. I don't think he'd bring Dark Pulse, but you know, maybe if he had it, just in case. T-Bolt, I don't think would have killed me. Now it does, so he's at +2. It easily kills me. So here, I do just sack off Mew, because I figure, you know, might as well. Like, I don't want to switch out and have a Mass Fight again, but I think in hindsight I should have sacked off Stunfisk here, which would have died to the rock, so it didn't matter that he T-Bolted. Because Mew was more useful to keep around than Stunfisk, and even if he did, I wanna. No, I felt like it was still a safe play, because I could have brought in a Crawdon and knocked him out anyways, even if he did go for the Nasty Plot, as I switched into Crawdon. So let me just pause here for a second. So once you see Thunder's his HP bar, I get poisoned. When you're gonna see Thunder's HP bar. Okay. So this is important. So if he's no HP, which I don't think he will be, I think he's max speed, max special attack, which we found out after the match he was. So if he is, which I thought he was, and he was, then Aqua Jet does 41 to 49. I forget exactly what the exact percentage is. Maybe it's like 41.4 or something. I forget, but I'm adamant and not Life Orb, I'm Choco Berry. So to me, that looks like, I thought it was maybe like 30, somewhere from like 37 to like 40%, something around there. Looks like Aqua Jet's gonna kill. I think. So I'm like, you know what, unless you're like surprisingly bulky, I can kill. Even if you're like a tad higher than I think you are, still the roll is in my favor to kill. So I'm just gonna bring in a Crawdon and go for Aqua Jet. I kind of want to go into Superior just to make sure I kill you. I could go for either Leaf Storm here, definitely get some more chip damage on you, and then bring a Crawdon and kill. But I didn't want to either miss or have you switch out into something. I could check Superior, and then I'd be in a bit of a pickle. And I just didn't want that scenario to happen. So I just bring in Crawdon. I'm like, Aqua Jet kills him. I can bring in Crawdon. It's fine. Crawdon's almost to where it can just clean up and sweep, because everything on your team is weakened down except for the Fire Doggo. So I bring in Crawdon. I'm like, okay, Aqua Jet. We can kill this thing. So I go for the Aqua Jet. And he lives. It was 1 HP. I died. I get obliterated by T-Bolt. He lived on exactly 1 HP, he told me. And that really blows, because that was, I'm not sure exactly what like number, I don't know exactly what amount of health he was at, but that was I don't know if that was an exact minimum roll, but that was a very low roll, which sucks, because that really hurts my chances of winning. It's still possible. I still have a chance of winning this game, for sure. It's just going to be a lot more difficult. So, because Crawdon could have almost cleaned up. Not quite, because it's a Fire Doggo. Could have lived a hit and could have threatened me out. So I bring in Superior. Only thing that has to be this thing. Thankfully, I land my Leaf Storm. If I missed that, I would have just lost and been 4-0'd, which would have sucked. But I landed Leaf Storm. Thank you, Superior. So now, you know, we get health back from lefties, but we lose health overall thanks to Poison because T-Spikes were smart. Good job, Robb. He brings in Urgology. He takes my rocks damage, so that's helpful. Well, I was about to say it's helpful for product, but right, product's not a thing anymore. It died. Great. So it's 4-3. That's okay. It looks decent. But I bring in just sack off Stunfisk because I don't have a good switch in. Nothing really wants to take a Sludge Wave, and I figure I want to keep Superior alive because it outspeeds Terrakion, which we do know is Band-Aid. So it's not Scarf, and I know I outspeed Terrakion, which is cool. So here I bring in Talonflame simply because I just want to get off damage, and this is the fastest way I have getting off good damage on this thing. Vapor does right around 50%-ish. Yeah, I mean right around there. So I just go for Vapor, do a decent chunk of damage to this guy right here. And, you know, it does a good chunk, brings him down around, looks like 20%. Again, I'm having trouble reading these HP bars this gen. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's you guys. But I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it's really hard to read them. At least, like, it looks like they're at less HP than they are. At least to me. Like, I don't know. At least from that, like, lefties, it looks like he gained, like, a lot more than lefties should gain. I don't know. Like, I thought he was at, like, a lot lower health than it looks like he is now from lefties. I don't know. Just, like, looking at it now. I don't know. It's weird with the HP bar this gen. That's just me. Or maybe it is just me. Maybe. Or maybe it is just me and I'm crazy. Maybe it's not me, and fucking Pokemon needs to get their shit together. But I bring in Sylveon because Superior can't kill this thing. I'm praying Hyper Voice kills. It does. I don't know what the roll was. I don't know what percent he was at. I'm just like, please Sylveon kill. If I don't, I lose. I don't die to Sludge Wave immediately, but like then I'm really weakened, and it does over half to me. So and then Sylveon will die to Arcanine, and then I just lose to Arcanine. So he brings an Arcanine here. Now Robb, I'm just gonna say I apologize for the next. I don't know how many turns and kind of how I played this out here. But I felt like I still sort of had a chance to win. Not a great chance, but my only way of winning is doing what I did here and kind of stalling him out. So seeing I'm at 164 HP going into that hit there. So I'm okay, looking at the calculators did like I think it was 34 to 41%. So depending on rolls, I can hopefully gain a little bit of HP each turn and hopefully get to a point where I can live 2 hits, and then I can wish on the first one, and then Toxic. I could wish after I take my first hit, then Toxic after I take my second, and then I'd be healed up again. And then once I get him Toxic, then I could wish again and get ourselves back in the same game. I know eventually he'll crit me, but my plan was, you know, I guess I can hope for, it's only a 6.25% chance, and I mean, I got really unlucky earlier with that main roll, so like, you know, I gotta get some payback here, right? So maybe he won't get the crit eventually, so I'm sorry, Robb, for what I do here. I do feel bad just because I did waste a bit of time. But I'm gaining some health back. The poison kind of sucks because I'm not getting as much back. And yeah, I'm right back to where I started there. So that, he got some kind of hard rolls there, I think, with that Flare Blitz, so. You know, it is what it is. But you're going to see, you know, eventually I'm going to start ever so slowly gaining back some HP. Like this turn, like after this turn, I gain like 10 HP overall maybe from 2 turns previous. So I'm sorry, Robb, for how I played this here. But I felt like I still had a chance to win, and I think I still do. If you either don't get the crit, and if I play everything correctly, and I can Toxic and Wish, and then just get everything right, and get you weakened down to where Superior can come in and knock you out with the Leaf Storm, and then knock out Terrakion with the Leaf Storm. So that was my plan here. We're just going to keep doing this. It's not too exciting. So I don't know if I'm going to keep talking about what's happening here. Or, I don't know. This is going to go up on Sunday, so that's cool. Monday, the following day, we're going to have our MPL video where we're going to play Cloud, so that's fun. That's going to be a live comm. Let's do another one of those because that's fun. But yeah, I was going to say, I'm getting back a little bit of health. You know, I gained back 5 HP overall, so I'm like, well, I still have like 13 wishes, so I'm like, well, I'm just going to keep looking wish, and, you know, keep playing this game, because if I can gain back enough HP to where I can live 2 Flare Blitzes after the poison, then I'm okay, because I think from lefties I'm getting back 12, I believe, and then from poison I think I'm losing 25, so overall I'm losing 13 each turn from, like, after the turn. Let's see, I think I gained 12, right? Yeah, I gained 12, and then I should lose 25, putting me down to 83. Yeah, so I do. So overall, I lose 13 each turn, so we needed to get me... I think the max roll from the Flare Blitz was 80... I think it was like 70 to 84, so 84 plus the 13, so I needed to be at 98 prior to this turn, so if I had 15 health higher, then I could have Toxic in that turn. But alas, you know, I didn't, so... I'm getting back a little bit, I'm getting back a little bit of health overall. I get back to almost full from lefties, but then the poison, of course, kicks in. Just drop smart and carry the poison, or the toxic spikes. So, I'm at 171, so I've gained overall 7 health. I'm gaining a bit of health, not a lot, but ever so slowly I'm gaining it. So, sorry Rob, but I gotta keep playing this game. Hopefully I can get high enough to where I can poison you and beat you 1v1. That was the plan. So, I wish, and then... what am I at now? After this turn, I need to be at 98 going into the turn. I'm at 98 now, but the poison's gonna be under that. So if I just didn't take the lefties and the poison that turn, I'd be fine. I can live the Flare Blitz for sure, guaranteed. So yeah, here I think this is where I misclick. I think if I toxicked him here, yeah, I wished if I toxicked him there, that wouldn't have been so terrible. Because I still could have kept wishing and protecting. I mean, yeah, he would have knocked him out with the Flare Blitz. I mean, yeah, he would have knocked him out with the Flare Blitz there if he went for it. Or the Flare Blitz plus the poison would have knocked him out. He ended up going for that just because he didn't want to, you know, he's starting to run out of his Flare Blitzes. So it makes sense why he didn't want to waste one there when he knew, or thought I would, you know, block that. So he goes through Flare Blitz and finally gets a crit. At this point, I don't think I tried to wish protect. I finally toxic, so I'm like, okay, I misclicked. I'm a lot lower of a health now, so if I still want to play this game, it's going to take a lot longer, and I'm like, no. I could have maybe timer stalled them, I think, if I really wanted to, because there was like 25 minutes left in the game going into this little portion, I believe, so if I really wanted to, I think I could have, because my Superior in the back is at higher health than his Drakion, so if I can get my Sylveon at higher health than his Arcanine, and I guess I could have done that, but like, I'm a busy boy, Rob's busy, and that'd just be a dick move, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I did misclick, you know, a couple turns ago, so after that, I'm just like, whatever, I didn't care. I protected, just to get more damage on him with Toxic. I know I'll die to Poison, but, like, just in case, if maybe only Storm crit kills from after the Poison, it won't, but, you know, maybe this Poison puts him in range to where he dies to Flare Blitz from Superior if I Synthesis, so, I died to Poison, then I bring in Superior. I live the rocks, not by a lot, but I do live them, so that's cool. I bring in Jakester, you know, the man's the sneaky boy, or girl, yes, yeah. Since Jenda's a girl, so I do go for that there just to heal, because maybe he dies to Flare Blitz recoil here. Or at least a poison. I don't think he takes a poison though, because so it'll just kill me. So he does not die to Flare Blitz, so we end up losing 2-0, which really sucks because that mineral really blows. Now, it really hurt my chances of winning by not killing him. If I did win, or if I did kill him, then it didn't mean I definitely won. It wasn't quite as easy of a victory as I initially thought it would have been if I killed him there, because I was just kind of thinking about it afterwards. And I think I still could have and would have won. It was in my favor, like overall. I think it was in my favor to win the game if I killed him there if I killed the Sunder's there with my Cardinal, which I probably should have, but you know, I got a mineral, which blows. He still could have won for sure if he played everything correctly and just kind of how it all played out. He still could have won, but I think the odds were overall in my favor to win, just because Crawdon nearly cleaned up. It did not kill the Fire Doggo, and Fire Doggo could have killed me. I think it could have killed me at that point, or at least put me range to where Poison could have killed me, and I could have not have knocked him out in one hit at -1s because I don't have Crab Hammer, so that blows. But I think overall I could have played it like with Sylveon toxicking the Arcanine and then Superior, being able to set up the screen for Crawdon and allow it to live it from Arcanine if I needed to, and maybe Dragon Dance or just knock off. And I think Crawdon would have been a big enough threat to where it could have won me the game. Again, it's not guaranteed because I was playing out some scenarios in my head, and Robb still could have won. Depends on how stuff plays out, as I said, but either way, it's all, you know, just theoretical, and I did get the min roll, so I did lose. Not because of the min roll, but both those happened. So, GG to Rob, though. Rob brought, you know, a cool team here, brought some threats. Tapu Bulu was a big threat. Tracheon, they're banded, they hit hard, they're scary. Fire Doggo, the Arcanine, is a big boy. Toxic Spectre on the Toxic Spectre just really nice, though. Good brain on Rob's part. Didn't totally expect that. So I didn't totally expect that Mon, but, like, nothing on his team didn't make sense, so anything could have came in this game for sure. So, smart prep on Rob's part, but, Rob, and we will move on to 2 and 1 as I move on to 1 and 2, and yikes. In all 3 of my seasons prior to this, I've been, well, in season 2 and 3, I was 2 and 1 at this point. In season 1, I was 3 and 0, so now I'm 1 and 2, so that's not good. I would like to be better, or, you know, have a better record at this point, but I guess it is what it is. Season's not over, though. You know, I can still potentially win out and be 10 and 2 and, you know, easily make playoffs. I doubt I will, but not good. Next week, though, we play Mega Lugia and his Byron Munchlax, so that should be a fun game for sure. We are right now either tied. We're either, I don't know, depending on how his game versus who's he playing? I think Turbo. I think Mega Lugia's playing Turbo. So depending on how his game this week went, I could potentially be 3rd in my division or be 4th even. So that would suck and be last in my division right now. But it's not the end of the season right now, so we have time to hopefully come back and make our record, and hopefully make a record better, and hopefully make playoffs. Really, that's the plan. We still have time, so it is what it is. But next week we're playing Mega Lugia, as I said. This video is just getting longer than I want it to be, so I'm just gonna get up out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. It was still pretty close, though. It was a good one for sure. It was a 2-0, so we kept it close. Anyways, I will see you guys next week with the battle versus Mega Lugia, as I said like 5 times. Anyways, bye-bye, guys.